I've been struggling with the concept, the feelings, the idea of loneliness recently. Even though I felt like I've experienced loneliness constantly in my life, I do feel like I'm at the point where I desire change. I used to be okay with being lonely. I used to accept it as a given, I guess. Growing up, I moved houses a lot. I moved to different schools. I never really had that stability, and friends that I did have, I lost along the way. When I left school, I left friendships, and that constant change made me put less effort into meeting new people and having new friends because I knew that I would likely leave in less than a year. It would hurt me to get to know someone only to have, the circumstances change and me not be able to keep that friendship. So I kind of numbed myself to it. I was already a very introverted and reserved person. I still am today, and that kind of shaped how I approach relationships. Because of this, my social circle has always been pretty small, but I kind of valued that, having small, close friendships. Over time, though, those friendships have kind of gotten distant. A big reason for that is actual distance. I have friends that don't live in the same state as me, and we'll talk maybe once a year, if that, just a general catch up, and I do visit them occasionally. So I have maintained those friendships, but we're not really close in the aspect of talking daily. I don't have anyone in my life as a friend that I do talk to daily. So my relationship with friendship is kind of strange. I go back and forth between thinking I have friends and feeling like I don't. It's nice to have people that I could hang out with and feel like no time has passed, but in reality it has. Some of those friendships feel distant because we do change a lot in the time that passes, and we aren't involved in each other's daily lives. So, in my actual daily life, I don't feel like I have friends that I can lean on, friends that I can see and talk to and get to know, friends that I'm involved with on the day to day. And I'm craving that connection. But I'm struggling because I don't know how to make friendships in adult life. When I'm out walking around and I have my dog with me, sometimes people stop and they might pet him and we might chat a little bit. But most of the time, people are just walking and they're absorbed in their own world in their phone. Even I'm guilty of that. I do that as well. I walk my dog and I'm on my phone. It feels like a bit of a replacement of that social connection, but I'm not talking to anyone on that phone. I'm just looking at notifications, reading different stories, researching different things. And I feel like I'm not sure what other people are doing on their phone either. I don't know. Are they longing for a connection too? Do we just not know how to talk to each other? I've always lived in cities, and I think cities kind of foster that distant feeling. I never grew up saying hi to my neighbors or knowing who they were. And when I walk around now on the streets or in my apartment, I sometimes see familiar faces, but I tend to doubt myself a lot. I doubt if people would remember me. I tell myself that they don't want to talk this morning. I feel like the conversation would be a bit awkward. I don't think I should say hi to them because they're not saying hi to me. We're not smiling, we're not waving, we just pass by each other. And that's generally what makes things feel so lonely. I live in a big apartment building and I don't even know many people who are my neighbors, let alone people in the actual city I live in. But I'm starting to realize that maybe those thoughts that I tell myself, that, oh, that person doesn't remember me, I shouldn't say hi, I shouldn't talk to them, maybe they're just hurdles that I have to get through. If I want that connection, I should be willing to put myself out there, willing to take that risk and see what would happen if I said hi, or if I waved to them, or if I tried to talk to them, even though I think it might be awkward. One person has to take that leap, right? And I've seen other people who are very extroverted. I've had friends like that. I know people like that who can just be in a group and they kind of light everyone up. They're that social tie and they kind of joke around and, yeah, make everything more fun, make people relaxed, and tie the group together. And I wish I could be more like that. But I do hold myself back a lot. I'd rather hold myself back than risk putting, I don't know, risk being vulnerable, I guess. And I think that's something I have to face. The things that are the hardest for you to do are the ways that you can grow. That's what I believe. So I think this is one of them. I was walking by my apartment complex and there was a person who had stopped before to pet my dog. I saw her again, and this time when she stopped, we kind of chatted a bit more. We talked about her old dog who was at home, and my dog had this harness on which helps him walk. So we were kind of talking about that, and I was telling her about exercises to do. And recently I've been carrying around these little stickers that I made with his face on it because he's the logo for my business. I thought it would be fun to give out these stickers because he is such an extroverted dog. Like, he's the opposite of me. He needs to have people meet him and pet him. And that's always been good for me because it does get me to socialize a bit more. But I thought having these stickers would have people recognize him more, and I could just pass them out and hopefully they'll come pet him more because he's so desperate. He needs the attention. So I handed her the sticker and we just started talking about it. I told her that I designed the logo and I was working on the stationery business. And then she said she just graduated from her program. She is going to be here for the summer and she's looking for fun things to do. So she'd like to stop by one of these days, and we exchanged names, you know. It was very nice talking to her. But also I realized that she had been in that building for the past year that I've been here, and I have only run into her once. I thought she newly moved in because I had seen her that infrequently. I don't know. I think that just showed me how disconnected we all are. Or maybe how disconnected I am from the people around me. That is to say, I'll be trying to be more social. I'll be trying to put myself out there more. Last week, I went to this creative co-working get-together that happens weekly, a bit, like a 15-minute drive from my house. It's located in like a little shopping center. So I went there, I got a pastry to eat, I sat down next to the group, I saw them, but I couldn't bring myself to walk over. So I think that was the first step. I just wasn't sure about, going over there, introducing myself, how awkward it would be. I felt a little scared and nervous to show up because they always seemed like they were in conversation or something. I don't know. It's just hard to join a new group of people. I think I'll start doing little events like that. I'll start trying. There's a lot of different events, different gatherings, different ways that I think I could explore being social in this city. I feel very lucky that there are these things. In the city that I used to live in, there were not as many that I could find. So I really do want to try going to these creative get-togethers or these rollerblading, roller skating get togethers, or the different events that are around the same music that I like. And I hope that I'll be able to make some friends there. I also think that's why I've been liking sharing my art and doing these markets, because that's also a time where people just stop by and they chat with you. I think that's the inspiration behind our whole stationary coffee bakery idea, and eventually having that up and running. Me and my partner want there to be nice, friendly places where you can just hang out and have that open place and have that place where you can meet someone and we can be that for someone. Because the people that I'm closest to now, actually, in my apartment are the maintenance people. It's the people that I see every day, and I'm able to stop and chat with them when my dog's walking slow. We say hi, I ask them about their day, and we have gotten to know each other pretty well over the year. I know about their home lives, their family, the things that are new in their lives. And I think those are very valuable connections. I believe that it's valuable to learn from everyone. I believe that everyone has something that they can teach you, something that you can learn from their experiences, and they can help you grow as a person. So I just want to open myself up to that more. I'm also lucky that I'm not fully alone in my loneliness. I do share this with my partner, and I have my partner. I feel like a lot of people do just have that intimate relationship with one person, if they're lucky or if they want it. And that's the person that they get to share most of their daily life with, most of their inner thoughts. But we both think that it's important to have people outside of that. And we both are trying, but it's hard to make that connection. I also have my dog, who's been with me for going on 10 years. And I'm very lucky to have him, but I'm not delusional enough to think that he's my friend. I mean, we have a different type of relationship. He's very important to me, but he also doesn't listen to anything I say. He doesn't get to know me in a friend way. Okay, it's kind of going off the rails now. But yeah, I'm lucky to have my dog. He provides some emotional well being to me, as I do to him, and so does my partner. But we do need people outside of that to flourish as humans. It's true that humans are social creatures. I used to think I would be okay on my own because I've been alone for most of my life. Over time, that's changed. And it feels like a good thing that it's changing. I believe that every day you should work towards bettering yourself in whatever way you can. And for me, even though it will be hard, I want to really try connecting with other people. So, those are my thoughts on loneliness. I hope that you're able to get something out of this if you were. I do have a gut feeling that there are a lot more people who feel this way, and people who just want connection, but are a little scared to put themselves out there. So I'm going to put that theory to the test, and let's see how it goes.